And welcome to Channel 19 as we bring live coverage of girls basketball as the Lady Knights take on the Lindenwold Lions. Sterling right now entering this game 4-5 overall, 2-3 in the conference. Lindenwold still looking for their first win of this 21-22 season.
Yeah, you take a look at the Colonial Liberty standings. Haddon Heights there at the top, 8-0 overall, 4-0 in the conference, followed by Haddon Township with a 6-1 overall record. West Deptford 3-5, who the girls beat on Wednesday. And then we have the Sterling Knights, followed by Haddonfield and Collingswood down at the bottom.
And we take a look at the Colonial Liberty standings. Woodbury leading it 5-0 in the conference, 7-1 overall. Gateway right behind, and the Gloucester Lions shortly follows. Paulsboro, who lost to Sterling Wednesday, 45-37. So they go into a 2-5 overall, as you see Audubon next and Lindenwold down at the bottom.
Yeah, taking a look here at Sterling, they're 4-5, fourth in the Colonial Liberty. Their offense averages 37 points a game. Defense lets up 39. Tori Wilsey, the leading scorer, with 9 points a game. Bridget Dixon with 8. Mackenzie McDonald with 8. And Aaron Quinn with 5. And Lindenwold is 0-6. They're 6th in the Colonial Liberty. They score 16 points a game and let in 41. Sky Beeks leads the team with 8 points per game, followed by Amaya Ali Dunn with 4, Samani Washington with 3, and Siani Richardson with 2 points per game.
And you take a look at the game history as Sterling leads the series 11-1. Sterling has won 10 in a row, and Lindenwold's last win was in 2006. And just did and take a look.
And some keys to the game here is some solid team defense. They got to run in transition and execute on offense. Got to convert on those high percentage looks at the rim.
You look at your Sterling starters. Is Tori Wilsey, the senior. Brandon Pelkak, another senior. So 2 seniors starting for Sterling, as Bridget Dixon, the sophomore, Mackenzie McDonald, and Aaron Quinn, all 3 sophomores coming in the starting lineup for the Sterling team.
And guys, this is a Sterling team that's feeling pretty good about how they played, especially the last time we had them on Channel 19 in that game against West Deptford. Really played a full game, was coming off a couple games where they felt like they didn't play that well, but put together a solid effort, moved the ball around in their half-court set, were great in their transition game, hit the outside shots, and played great D.
Yeah, and it seems as though they have West Deptford's number. West Deptford only has 1 win against Sterling ever.
Yep.
Here's Coach Kate McDonald on the right, and Shane Flannery, the head coach for Lindenwold, on your left.
Coach McDonald feeling, again, pretty good about her team over the last couple games. It's a young team, and they just want to build off each game. I mean, you have a good game, you want, and really, honestly, off of each quarter, each possession, you want to keep things positive and continue to do the right things from a fundamental standpoint.
Well, and the great thing about a young team is you get to see them grow each and every game, and they take strides and become progressively better with each and every game that you see them play.
Dixon controls the opening tip, has Wilsey, and 4 seconds in, game's first bucket, Tori Wilsey.
Yeah, good job running right off the tip, getting a 2-on-1. Good pass from Bridget Dixon to Tori Wilsey, who converts in the low post.
Losing the ball, diving into our camera head first. Bridget Dixon, she's okay. Take one more look at that bucket. Inbound right in front of us. To your right, Schulz, better be careful.
I know. Quick hands.
The great Sheree Cuffey on camera tonight, next to you.
Yep. And her stellar job as always.
Now they'll inbound on the other end of the court, right in front of Sterling's bench. It's picked off by Dixon. Dixon blows past the defender and lays it up and in. Bridget Dixon chimes in for 2.
And that's where teams, that have been struggling really have a tough time against a better team. When you're talking about Sterling, who's on the perimeter and try to move the ball around the perimeter and handle the ball on the perimeter.
Sky Beeks in trouble, double teamed, and they're going to call a jump ball. And it will stay here. It will stay Lindenwold basketball. 7:07 remaining, 4-0 Sterling.
Took a look at that last steal from Dixon, and that's a good job of just turning defense into offense down the other end for an easy layup.
Beeks, yes. Good entry pass and to the freshman Sky Beeks, and cuts the Sterling lead in half.
Yeah, Beeks is their leading scorer. As you look at Mackenzie McDonald getting the pass and doing a good job just putting it right up, and I think that's the key for a lot of the younger players. Get the ball, you always feel like you have the need to put it on the floor, but in that position, just put it right up there, and Mackenzie did a nice job.
Traveling violation on Ollie Dunn, and it will be Sterling basketball. 6'2" Sterling.
You see Sky Beeks there going in and trying to defend Mackenzie McDonald. She is their leading scorer at 8 points per game.
Picks up that rebound right on cue. Over to Quinn, back up top to Wilsey. Far side, Bridget Dixon. Pelkak, yes. Raina Pelkak, last time we were here, had a stellar game, 17 points out of her. And she chimes in with her first bucket of the night.
Yeah, really got things going right from the get-go, and the team kind of fed off that and never really looked back in that West Deptford game.
And that West Deptford game was a big win for the girls, and has sort of turned them around. They now got 2 wins straight, hoping to make it 3 here.
Beeks picks up the offensive foul. Her first, team's first. Wilsey, long-range jumper, no good. Rebound to Dixon. Pelkak tries to find Quinn. Quinn leaves it short. Pelkak trying to get in there for the rebound, cannot. And Lindenwold, 2 on 4 the other way. Sterling defense gets back quickly. Now it's a 3 on 0. Unselfish pass from Dixon to Wilsey. Yes.
And that's what Sterling does. Any opportunity to get to run that fast break, they're going to do it. And obviously, as we said, you're going against a lesser team here in Lindenwold. But I think the thing is, you still don't want to get sloppy in a game like this. You want to still continue to move the ball around the perimeter, go with the no-look passes, still try to find seams, find diagonal looks in the defense, do things that are going to carry over into the next game.
Yeah, Mr. Schultz, I think that this is a game to go out and work on things that you might not be doing as well as you should be. Maybe in a way to fix some of those negatives, turn them into positives, and continue to emphasize the positives throughout this game.
And I think one of the areas that should this opportunity occur here tonight, an area that I think Sterling needs to work on, I think we can all agree on this, is the foul shooting.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Absolutely. They haven't shot well as a team, and when you play, very good teams, especially come playoff time when you're trying to make a region or state run, those free throws are going to be crucial.
Sterling only shooting 47% as a team, even though they went 7 of 12 the other night against West Deptford in a blowout victory here at home. And a much needed win. We talked about the importance of that West Deptford win.
And I think not only a much needed win, but just the way they played was probably as important as anything. I think they moved the ball around the perimeter a lot quicker than I saw in other games. We talk about some no-look passes, keeping defenses off bounds, finding those seams, those diagonal looks that are always good for a team in their half-court set.
Yeah, Mr. Schultz, I think you said it. The girls executed the last time they were out here on Channel 19 against West Deptford at home. They executed their game plan offensively, and defensively they were good in their half-court sets. That's why they were able to win by such a wide margin.
Sterling basketball after the drive by Wilsey. She did not see that she had some help to her left. She had Quinn and, more importantly, Mackenzie McDonald right there. Just didn't see her. Finds her in the inbounds pass. And McDonald can't convert, gets her own rebound, puts it up, leaves that short. Pinballs around to find Wilsey, and Lindenwold will corral the rebound. Baines Butler secures a loose ball.
And I think the one thing that we were also talking about is, some weak spots for the Sterling team. Not only free throw shooting, but converting at the rim has been a struggle all season long.
Yep.
Timeout Lindenwold. It's a 30-second timeout Lindenwold. Shane Flannery taking a 30-second timeout. Shane Flannery, the head coach of the Lady Lions, also the head girls tennis coach as well. Dealing with a very young team here, going up and down their roster. A lot of freshmen and sophomores on this team, and a lot to build on, obviously.
Yeah, and it's just a situation. There we see Mr. Rob Wilsey in attendance. It's a tough situation. You look at Coach Kate McDonald talking to her girls. When you talk about Lindenwold, and when you have a team that's struggling like this, it's tough to get the numbers out and just keeping the kids playing, keeping the kids positive. And the one hope is that you've got a young team. You just hope these girls continue to come out next year
and buy into what the coach is trying to preach a little bit too, and more importantly, have some fun out there.
It's very hard to establish a good program when you don't have returning players each and every year.
3.5 remaining. Lindenwold turns it right back over to Sterling, who lead this one 10-2.
And younger players that are playing on a team, it's like Lindenwold, would probably be JV on some other programs. So they're getting used to the speed of varsity basketball right away.
Maddie Klein.
On the job training.
Sorry, Schulze. Maddie Klein checking into the game for the first time. The senior, number 13, trailing the play. Samani Washington with a bucket underneath the freshman. So both freshmen scoring for Lindenwold right now, and it's a 10-4 ball game. Blocking foul down low on McDonald. We take one more look at the Lindenwold basket.
And this is a good job of controlling the dribble even when Dixon goes for the steal. And Dixon sort of continues to go out of bounds, leaves her open for the layup. Good job converting under the basket.
Yeah, going against a pretty good defender in Dixon, and had her a little bit out of control going to the basket, but she did a good job kind of getting herself composed and reestablishing control and finishing.
Mackenzie McDonald to the line, 35% from the line. We talked about this just a few minutes ago. An opportunity here for her to work on free throws. 1 for 2, but almost tracks down her own miss there. Will be Lindenwold basketball. 2:55 remaining, 11-4 Sterling.
And Sterling has been very good defensively, forcing a lot of misses down low, and Bridget Dixon has been getting a lot of steals on the perimeter.
Caitlin Ott going to set to check in for Sterling. The next opportunity. Wilsey, one-on-one, too strong. McDonald, rebound. And it will be a foul underneath on McDonald. That'll be her first, team's first, as Caitlin Ott checks into the game for Sterling.
Yeah, that was a tough shot for Wilsey right there, but McDonald grabs the rebound and misses the look at the rim. And you said it, the free throws and I think the looks at the rim could definitely improve for this girls team.
Dixon with another steal, but a foul is going to go against Ali Dunn, her first, team's third.
And one thing you like here to see is a team like Lindenwold that's struggling, playing hard out there tonight, really hustling and diving on the floor, playing good defense. Coach had them pressing a little bit.
You look at Bridget Dixon controlling a lot of the offense here. Only a sophomore, 3 on the way from Wilsey's well short. Pelkak tracks down the loose ball, but she has a potential to be a really, really good point guard a couple years from now for this team.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, she sees the floor well. Probably one of her best assets is how well and accurately she can pass the ball.
Right on cue, scoring. That's her second bucket of the night.
And a
4 for Bridget Dixon.
Robert and Jacob, a great job of just dealing with what was in front of her. She saw the defender. Defender thought she was going to dish the ball off, kind of went off of her, and then Dixon saw the opening, took advantage of it.
Trying for a steal again.
Yeah, I think Bridget Dixon has the tools to be really successful. Very crafty when it comes to driving in the lane. Because there's Maddie Klein in the lane for the basket.
Maddie Klein, the senior, usually the first one off the bench in case Dixon gets into some foul trouble. Gets herself a bucket.
And that happened in a West Deptford game when the game was fairly close and she came in and the offense didn't miss a beat. As you see her there doing a real nice job going up with the left hand and just laying it soft off the board.
I believe that goes off on Caitlin Ott. It does, and it will be Lindenwold basketball. Morgan Sims going to check in for Sterling, and checking in for the first time for Lindenwold, Sienni Richardson, the sophomore. Another X factor coming off the bench is Morgan Sims. Has done a really, really good job for this Sterling team. Only a sophomore. So again, a real young team here for Sterling, with the exception of obviously Tori Wilsey and Raina Pelkak.
Yeah, they're real sophomore heavy, and back to Morgan Sims. She's done a great job of being that sharp shooter off the bench and has had a lot of shots in the fourth quarter. You know, a lot of big-time shots. And she doesn't seem to feel the pressure of the bright lights on the big stage in the close game during the fourth quarter, which is good to see.
Blocked by Caitlin Ott, up ahead for Maddie Klein, wide open. Can't convert the lay-in. Wilsey there for the rebound and the putback. Hometown roll for Tori Wilsey. She has 6.
Tori Wilsey and Pelkat, the two seniors, kind of do everything well, which is what you want from your senior leaders. You saw Wilsey right there and right here running the break.
Klein at the buzzer, gets it up, and does it drop? It does. Count the basket at the buzzer for Maddie Klein. And Sterling going to take a 19-4 lead into the second quarter. We'll get off to a quick break. Take one more look at this bucket at the buzzer by Maddie Klein. Waited to see if it dropped. Got the basket at the buzzer. 19-4. Get off to a quick break. Come back. Second quarter action right after this.
Whether you are a young athlete or an active adult, Dr. Vincent Marchese of Beatty Harris Sports Medicine helps you to reach your physical goals. The team, with locations in Newtown Square, Cherry Hill, and South Philadelphia, treats everything from acute sprains and sports-related concussion to arthritis and chronic tendon pain. Through an evidence-based, patient-centered approach, Beatty Harris Sports Medicine delves deep to find the source of your pain and get you back to the activities you love. To schedule your evaluation, visit BeattyHarrisSportsMed.com or call 610-601-9177.
A great shot of overhead shot of Sterling High School at night. You guys see the Philly skyline in the upper right-hand part of your screen there.
Yep. Oh,
and it's a little bit windier night tonight, that is for sure. We got some cold temperatures coming in here. Winter has arrived. It seemed like as soon as the calendar changed from 21 to 22, it's like winter was here. It is arrived.
It was
officially.
warm in the afternoon, but you can feel it going down. It's windy, and it's definitely going to be a shock when we go back out there after this game.
No doubt. Klein, Sims, Duffy, Ott, and as well as Ayanna Brown into the game for Sterling as Caitlin Ott chimes in for a bucket of her own. 21-4 Sterling.
Coach McDonald already trying to mix in a lot of players, and that's the plus of a game like this, is really getting everybody some action.
Gives you experience for the younger players, of course. Makes a nice layup to get her first bucket of the game.
Fouls on Ayanna Brown, her first, team second. Lindenwold to inbounds. Had an open long-range look. Too strong, down low. Sky. And Sky Beeks. Tallest player on the court for Lindenwold. Klein wisely backs it out. And Sterling will set up their offense. Sims turns it over. Rare turnover for Morgan Sims. Looking for Sky Beeks, a little too strong, and it will be Sterling basketball. Here comes the press from Lindenwold. Sterling able to break it with relative ease. Ayanna Brown. Double team, tried to find Ott. She can't control it. But Lindenwold does, right into the hands of Siani Richardson.
And I like the fact that even though obviously Lindenwold's down, they're still trying to play aggressive. You see them mixing in a little bit of the press, going aggressively, trying to get steals on the perimeter, driving to the basket.
2-3 zone for Sterling here. Let that one go out of play. Will be Sterling basketball. Head coach Kate McDonald. Three-day weekend coming up.
Yes.
Sims for three, in and out, no good. Ott tries to corral the loose ball, she does. Puts it up, doesn't get the hometown roll. Brown battling for the rebound, but falls in the hands of Sky Beeks.
You just saw that Morgan Sims three that just went in and out. It looked like it was going to go in, and it just, I don't know, the rim did not accept that three.
Did everything but drop. Klein controlling for Sterling, leading this one 21-4. Shane Duffy fouled. Will she get the roll? She does not. She will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Foul is on Sky Beeks. That's her second. It's also the team's fourth. So Shane Duffy a chance to go to the line here.
Duffy doing a good job, able to draw contact and able to get to the free throw line and maybe try and score her first ever points, varsity points.
And a good job by Sterling running their half-court set, moving the ball around the perimeter, then getting the ball down low.
1-2 at the line for Shane Duffy, and if it is her first varsity point, congratulations to Shane Duffy. Only a sophomore. Both teams relatively young here tonight.
Yep.
Sterling basketball, 22-4. Jordan Baker checking into the game for the first time tonight for Sterling, replacing Maddie Klein. So Jordan Baker going to get some time. Only a sophomore. Really good soccer player as well. Caitlin Ott leaves that one short. Good rebound down low by Nana Sam. Almost threw it. Yeah, they did throw it away. Stepped on the sideline. Lindenwold going to make a pair of substitutions. Sterling going to make one as well. Sterling going to bring in Tiana Lewis, a freshman, replaces Caitlin Ott.
And obviously, you know, the type of game they're able to get a lot of girls in, but, you know, this is a pivotal mark for Sterling. It's always good to get back to the 500 mark. That's obviously what you're going to get with a win here. For a young team that at times early on in the year has been struggling, it's a good accomplishment to get to this point.
Jordan Baker fouled as she went to the basket. Foul's going to be on Nana Sam. It's her second. Team's fifth. Jordan Baker to the line. Leaves that one well short. Duffy did the exact same thing from the line. A little varsity nerves, perhaps.
That's it. You need to have that first miss to relax.
Left both short, so the first varsity points will have to wait for Jordan Baker. Gets her own rebound. Too strong from Duffy, and it will be Lindenwold basketball. Coach Flannery going to make a substitution. 4:16 remaining in this one. 22 for Sterling. The starters were in for about 4.5 minutes. What would you say there, Schulze?
Yeah, not long at all. And as you look at
good back check defense there by Samani Washington.
Getting the steal. And the players out there right now, I think only Sims is one who's seen some varsity time.
Baker finds Sims. Beautiful cut to the basket by Morgan Sims.
Yeah, great job by Sims coming along that baseline, and really just as good a job by Baker allowing that play to happen. And just waiting for Sims to get open and just really being patient.
You just took the words right out of my mouth. Patient, as the 5-second call was looming there. It's getting a little nervous.
Yep.
Stolen by Lewis. Lewis, the freshman, puts it up, leaves it, can't convert. Rebound down low by Lindenwold, and be a timeout, full timeout, Lindenwold. 3:19 remaining in this one, Sterling leading by 20. Some of our fans here. There's, speaking of soccer, Coach Jimmy K. Congratulations. Go ahead.
I want to congratulate Jimmy K for being named Coach of the Year in South Jersey. A well-deserved honor.
Absolutely.
They just had a great season with a pretty young team. I mean, you had bounce with some seniors and some younger players, but definitely a situation where I'm sure he's looking forward to the future, as we all are, and seeing these girls who are coming back next year.
I don't remember the last time that Sterling was a #1 seed in girls soccer tournament. It's been a while. It might probably the only time, at least in recent memory.
Yeah.
Got all the way, got really far in the tournament. Ran into a tough end of the road there for Sterling at the end of the fall season, but nonetheless, a fantastic regular season. Anytime you're a #1 seed in the South Jersey Group 2 tournament in a conference like the Colonial, that's saying something.
No doubt.
They lost to a very tough and really just did not want to give up Cinnamon team. I mean, you remember that one player that we thought was hurt and all scored that game-winning goal. That was just an amazing performance and a great game to watch. No matter
a great player making a play. That's what happened.
It was. I mean, it did matter on which side you were on, but as a neutral, as more of a neutral fan, you love that game all the way to the end.
Baker with the steal. She's fouled. She'll go back to the line. Try and convert her first varsity points. Foul was on Samani Washington. It's her first. Baker back to the line, only a sophomore. Coach Kate watching and cheering.
Again, guys, we talked about Strong girls struggling a little bit in the early part of the year. Now going on a little better run, and I'm talking to Coach Kate McDonald. She says these girls are very coachable. They have great team chemistry, and they're the type of kids that just want to keep improving, which is a good sign for things to come in the future.
You want to peak at the right time.
Yep.
And you could be that dangerous middle seed, 8, 9, 10 seed, somewhere in there. Make a nice little run. Teams, I think more often than not in a tournament, they look at the number before they look at the name of the school. They're like, oh, 1/16, 2/15, whatever. And we see upsets all the time. We saw an upset one year, a 1/16 matchup.
I think that was Bridgeton.
Bridgeton and Lakewood.
And Bridgeton was a 16 seed, but what happened was they were missing a couple of their key players early in the year, and as they look at it, look on the other way, a lot of losses piled up. Got those key players back, and they were not even close to the team that they were in the beginning of the year, and obviously went on a good run. You talk about peaking at the right time. I think our two young broadcasters here, dress-wise,
I agree.
A little bit early.
Listen, I'm the only one not wearing a tie. I didn't get the memo.
I didn't include myself in that. I brought them. Now John brought Jacob and I down, I think.
Listen, I didn't get the memo. I feel kind of left out here. Good look down low. Asiana Lewis, freshman.
I guess we just want it to look better then. I don't look better.
Hey, half of being good is looking good. And you guys rocking the ties. I mean, Jake's rocking the bow tie and the suspenders tonight. Not many people can pull that off.
To see who could tie a tie. But Jacob's making that difficult with the bow tie.
Yeah, he's going to win that.
Can you tie a tie, Jacob? No, most kids can. John? All right, we're going to give John a shot to see if he can tie his tie.
Oh, it's going to be ruined. I'm not the best.
For your halftime entertainment today.
That will be your halftime entertainment.
Just about a minute remaining in this one. Sterling in control here, 28-4. Baines Butler can't handle it. Sims controls for Sterling. Sims, Baker, Duffy, Brown, and Lewis on the floor for Sterling. Deflects off Lewis, and it will be, and here we go. See, we got, tie here, suspenders, and the bow tie.
Jacob looks the sharpest, I think.
Yeah.
And then maybe John. I'm in last
and then
place.
there's
You're
the thorn
last place.
between
I'm
two
next to
roses.
last.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, it is what it is. I didn't get the memo.
And I was getting on these guys about not being able to tie a tie. If I didn't go to Catholic school for 12 years, I wouldn't be able to tie a tie.
Should we listen to Justin Maroney's commercial? Maybe I missed Justin Maroney's commercial by checking my email.
Ooh, that's right.
Maybe that's what it is. I
could
didn't
be
check my
that,
email. If I open up my email at halftime and there's a, hey, Strauss, wear a tie.
Mr. Strauss looks hurt right now. I can feel the hurt.
See, what would have been funnier is if they're like, you guys were like, hey, get dressed up for this, and you guys show up in shorts and a t-shirt.
Exactly.
And here I am in a tuxedo. See, that's how you reverse it.
We've got to do that to somebody else now.
Oh, yeah.
John Hallwood.
Oh, wow.
Baker at the buzzer. Leaves it short. Sterling going to take a dominant lead into the half. 28-4. I'm going to go try and find a tie. We'll come back with second half action on Channel 19 right after this.
What's up? I'm DJ Wagner, and I play for Camden High. I got vaccinated against COVID-19 so I can protect my teammates, coaches, family, and friends.
I got my shot because I know the truth. The vaccine works and saves lives.
With the Delta variant spreading, we need you to get off the bench and get in the game.
No excuses.
The vaccine is the best way we can protect our community.
This is your shot.
This is your shot.
Make it count.
For a list of free vaccination locations, visit CamdenCounty.com/vaccine.
Would you check your email?
What's email?
The thing that keeps making that sound! Now I know why you didn't come here for the fire escape! Open it now! 1,700 emails!
Maybe you should open your emails too.
You think so?
Bullying, no matter the circumstances, someone will always be there for you.
Over 160,000 kids refuse to go to school each day in fear of being bullied.
Stop bullying and be united.
ever heard of Redmond's Revenge?
No, what's that?
Well, legend says every time a kid breaks a rule, Redmond sends them to Eternal for an entire year. Last year it was Susie Bink. This year it could be you. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Yeah, okay. I'll see you second block.
And welcome back to second half action here at the Castle as the Sterling Lady Knights leading this 28-4. Quite a strong first half performance, and you take a look at the leading scorers.
Wilsey with 6, Klein with 4, and Dixon with 4, and then the only 2 scorers for Lindenwold, Beeks with 2, and Washington with 2.
And not much right now from Lindenwold as take a look at some of Wilsey's.
Yep, she's just done a fantastic job on both ends of the floor. See right there, a nice basket right at the rim. Here she grabs the rebound, puts it back up for the finish.
And it looks like the starters are coming back in for Sterling. As Lindenwold will start this one off, and we'll head it right down to Jake.
Yep, Lindenwold's really been struggling on both ends of the floor. They've struggled all year as there's another miscue for Allie Dunn.
You are right, they are struggling, but you got to remember this is a young team, so you're going to have some of those growing pains as it could going on in the seasons. Hopefully you find that right balance between your players as Quinn makes the basket.
Yeah, I do think you're right. Those growing pains do happen with young teams. It's happened with Sterling. It happened last year. It sort of happened at the beginning of this year. But I do think the difference between these teams is the coaching. Kate McDonald is a phenomenal coach that has turned this program around time and time again and is using the young talent she has to her advantage. There's a steal from Wilsey.
Quinn looking.
And I do believe these types of games, these blowout games, provide something for both teams. Because for the team losing, it shows you have to have character. No matter what's going on, you have to have character and you can't quit. It's not like you can just press fast forward until the end of the game. You have to keep playing. You have to keep trying your best to try and claw your way back, even though it might seem impossible. And then on the other side of things, if you're Sterling right now, you can get a lot of your players that get JV or freshman minutes into the game that get that varsity experience and feel for how fast the game's moves.
Yeah, it's really, even against a lesser team, but just being out here where there's more people in the stands and just getting your feet wet in a varsity game might make you feel a little bit better, more comfortable if you have to get in there, if there's an injury to a player or somebody gets in foul trouble.
It's that little boost of confidence before you take off the swimmies.
John, your tie is you look impeccable, John.
Yeah, we were talking about that after the break. That tie is tied really well.
I can honestly, first time I'm ever going to say this, probably on live air, is I'm going to say thank you to my mother for able to tie this tie for me.
Oh, we knew it wasn't you, John.
Oh, yeah.
we definitely knew it wasn't you.
It was just which parent was it?
I'm thinking of all the staff members, all the staff members that wear a tie. None of them have a tie tied as well as that, John.
Well, it just matches the outfit perfectly. Puts it all together. In my eyes, it matches. You know, he's got the black pants on, and the tie really, you know, bit of a play on words here, but the tie ties it all together.
You have to get your mom to teach you how to make that knot, and on the air at the end of the year, you've got to tie the tie that has that real good.
I think that's
knot.
a fantastic idea, especially
Just throwing
for
it out
graduation.
there.
So at the end, we'll have like a, you know, we cover the graduation. At least we did last year. If we cover it again, I think Mr. K, our producer, is saying we will. I think we have to add a little bit of bonus footage of John tying the tie and getting ready for graduation.
I don't think you should get his diploma unless he ties that tie. I'm just throwing that out there. Like I said, John, if I didn't go to Catholic school, I wouldn't be able to tie a tie.
It's okay. I have tried. It's not as good as my mother's. Nowhere as good as my mother's, I should say.
Yeah, she's way better than me.
It's funny because all I really do is leave it tied up, but I just like loosen it up, and then just hang it up, and then when next game or whatever, next time I use my tie.
Turnkey operation.
Yep.
Right?
Hey, you bring up next game, and I don't mind dressing up. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I don't mind dressing up. I wouldn't mind making this a regular thing if we did this every once in a while.
I could do it. I don't have a problem with it. Yep.
Yeah. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be dressed up at some point.
Got to get our camera people to dress up. Sheree is revolting. She wants the hoodie look. But maybe we could talk her into it.
No, Sheree was going to do it, but yeah, it was Sheree's idea. Actually, it was either mine or like was it? It was.
See now,
Was it
I don't want to take credit. I don't want to take credit. If it was Sheree's idea, it was Sheree's idea. But you know, me and Mr. Schulz, you know, took it a bit personally that you came dressed up on Wednesday and didn't give us a little bit of a heads up. You kind of, you know, I'm sitting there in a hoodie and sweats, and you're looking all dapper in the middle between us. So I was like, hey, John, if you're going to dress up on Friday again, I'll get dressed up. And I came and I had to one-up you. I'm going to be honest. I had to one-up you with the suspenders.
I did feel like, Jacob, the other day, John was just dominating the camera shot. He wanted to.
When they panned over to us,
our shoulders were sunk.
I felt out of place.
It wasn't a good sight for us. John was a big hero. He was reaching back, patting himself on the back, congratulating himself for looking so good.
Mr. Strauss is still currently looking for a tie.
Yeah,
I don't know
he didn't
where
get the memo.
he'll be. Well, I told him we had the half marathon group run today, and I told him, I said we're all getting dressed up if you wanna get dressed up. I guess he didn't have enough time after the fact.
Like I said, you probably did not get that email.
Got to check your email.
Yeah.
So we're at 34-4, and I'm probably anticipating now some of the starters are going to be taken out soon. Bring in some of the other players, and you see that happening right now.
And starters are being taken out. Take some time out of your day to watch our game. Tuesday, January 18th, basketball, 5 p.m. Sterling will take on Gloucester. It'll be live on Channel 19 on YouTube, and the link is below on the screen.
Of course, that will be the boys basketball who are at Lindenwold as of right now. I don't believe that game has yet to start. I believe that game starts at 7:30 tonight. So Gloucester playing home and away. One is the boys and one is the girls.
John, before the broadcast, maybe we'll do it on one of the breaks. You got to show us how you take it off and put it back. So I'll take the tie off and put it back on.
Okay.
All right. Make sure you take the headset off though when you do that.
Yeah.
All right. We'll announce it. Jacob will give the play-by-play. I'll give the call.
Yeah, I can commentate that.
Okay.
For sure. That'll be the peak of my commentating career, is commentating the great John Hallwood take off his tie. I think that'll be the best thing I've ever done.
And you can't mess your hair up, John. Cannot mess your hair up.
You can't do that.
Oh no!
You took all the time to look this good. You can't mess the hair up, John.
That's the one thing I actually did kind of forget to do, is my hair.
Well, I think it looks good. You know, other than the little part that's sticking up because of the headset, I think it looks, you know, very
natural.
You look very put together, John.
Maddie Klein in it, point guard here.
I also think, you know, the reason I think we should do this more often, as there's a travel on Caitlin Ott, is, you know, I think we keep things pretty professional here on the air. We might as well look the part.
We'll look the part. That's it. Making sure everybody matches. Jacob, yeah, I mean, the bow tie look is impressive.
I appreciate that.
The tie matching the suspenders. Now, where did you have that? You just had that in your
So this is what I had to homecoming, but I changed the pants up a little bit. I wore black ones there. I felt like the blue ones would fit more with the school colors.
Now, have you ever had to wear a tie?
Yes, I have.
And I'm sure your mom or dad?
My dad is.
Okay.
My dad is the tying of tie expert.
Okay.
Shout out to board member Jay for that one.
Okay.
Sam and Nick back in the truck are also dressed up. So we do have some others. We just got to convince some of the camera people to
maybe
jump on board.
Somehow, I don't know if we could, after the game when we do the post game, if they could come out. I don't know if they're able to do that or not. Mr. K can verify that for us. I know it's cold. Make sure they put the jacket on the truck, because the temperature is dropping ridiculously.
Yeah, it's cold, and tomorrow's supposed to be a cold one, Mr. Schultz. I think 21 degrees
is the high.
At some, yeah.
Yep.
So hopefully everybody has their heater running at home, because it's.
And we're missing the snowstorm on Sunday. We're going to get maybe 3 inches, then it's going to turn to rain.
And then all the snow is going to melt and basically just become ice.
Yep.
Ain't that fun, kids?
John, you like the snow, don't you?
Oh, I love the snow.
This might be a bit of a hot take or a strong opinion. I don't like the snow.
You don't?
Ooh, I do not like the snow.
See, I thought John would be the one that doesn't like the snow.
See, I don't like the snow because I have a U-shaped driveway, and I gotta shovel it all. And last year we got really unlucky because my dad was in a boot almost all winter.
Okay.
So it was just me and my brother out there. So that has sort of ruined snow for me. I'm not like a little kid anymore in which like I just get to run around and play in the snow.
That's when you need a snow blower.
We have one, but like so far the snow hasn't been that bad where we've needed the blower. It hasn't been like it's been you know, like you can just shovel it.
Oh yeah.
We've had over the last 4 years, I think we might have had 2 snowstorms where you needed a snow blower.
We used it once last year, and I think that was just to use it. There's Caitlin Ott back to basketball. I guess we should get back to basketball since the game is right in front of us. Caitlin Ott here, good work in the low post, and draws the foul.
Again, just doing a great job. Sophomore Caitlin Ott just doing a great job. Go towards the basket, able to get contact, unable to make that free throw.
Her first points.
And this roster, when you take a look at it, is really sophomore heavy. Outside of, I think, 5 players, they're all sophomores.
Yep.
So this I think, yeah, we're the graduating class of 2024. So, you know, by that 2023-2024 season, this girls team should be really fun to watch. They're going to be really, at that point, we'll all be seniors, senior heavy.
And you have some, we talked about the leadership between Tori Wilsey and Raina Pelkat. And then also Maddie Klein, who comes off the bench and does a good job. I think when you have those senior leaders keeping everything positive, it really helps when you have younger players bringing them along. It's probably one of the key reasons why you're looking at this team that's going to improve to 5-5 and really moving forward in a positive way.
Well, I think that, you know, it's not like a good mix, but there is a mix there, and that senior leadership helps the young players develop a lot more. And I think that last year they were all freshmen, so they really struggled. I think Tatiana Johnson was the main senior for that team.
Right.
And then now, this year, their senior leader, Tori Wilsey, who's still in the game, and Raina Pelkat has been subbed out onto the bench. I think that their leadership has allowed the sophomores, the class of 2024, to develop a lot more. Sorry, Raina Pelkat is still in the game. Going to take a quick break here. The Knights up 40-6 at the end of 3. We'll be right back with some fourth quarter action after this.
Tank Maroney!
Where am I?
Tank Maroney, you are being convicted of not wearing your mask and exposing others to COVID.
I've done no such thing.
Show me. Here's our proof. Please forgive me. Silence! For your recklessness to not abide by the rules, I sentence you to 10 months of short breath. Endless coffin.
And endless pain.
No!
We in here for the same thing?
Yeah. Sadly.
And welcome back to fourth quarter action here. We are back. The Knights lead this one 40-6. This game hasn't been all that competitive, but I think a good thing to look at will be Mr. John Wiggles here to take off his tie. We're going to get into that. I'm going to run the play-by-play. Mr. Schulz will run the color. We're gonna get into that real quick. So here we go. John Hallwood.
He's starting to look a little disheveled already.
He's loosening up the tie. And he's taking it off. Doing a good job here. And he's got it off. John Wiggles, ladies and gentlemen, has got the tie off, and now he's putting it back on. He's putting it back on.
Yeah, but he messed his hair up a little bit. You got to keep it above the follicles on the top of the
Jordan
hair.
Baker knocks down a 3. Back to basketball. We've been really distracted here, Mr. Schulz. I will admit that.
And we'll see that on the replay to give her just due. That's what I was worried about, John, was not being able to, well, the hair, it's too late for that. And not having the collar looped up. It's off. We got to see when we come back.
We got to take it off. Watch you put it back on.
You got to put it back on camera.
Maybe in a timeout or something.
That was your practice put on.
A little practice run. Maddie Klein with a nice move. Adam Brown, shot doesn't fall. And I think, we talked about this. It's good for some of these players that don't get those varsity minutes a lot, as Jordan Baker picks up a steal on the fast break. And that one rims out, but Ayana Brown is there, and she gets fouled. Take another look at this. Baker from outside.
Great job being relaxed, setting the feet, and firing away, and nothing but net.
Ayana Brown misses the first free throw. And checking into the game, the 2 freshmen for Sterling.
Kay Ireland and Isaiah Brown.
Ireland Kay also, I believe, was varsity for the girls soccer team.
Yes.
Yep. Outstanding player.
She was the leading assister on the girls soccer team.
Just Ireland Kay. Now, John, I do have a question. Is assister a technical term? Is that what you call that? The leading assister? I know Mr. Schulz is a math teacher, but I don't know if he can get into English for us.
Assister.
Assister.
Does that end in an OR or an ER?
No.
I think I probably said that wrong. Probably
I
leading
feel like
an assist.
Well,
there you go. He corrected himself.
He corrected himself, but he did make a new word. And we're back. We're back to John Wiggles. He's got to put the tie on, take the headset off. And here we go. A bit slow to start, but he gets the tie on. Puts the mask up. Very good. Got to be safe.
The key is that back flap. I see a little bit of tie showing in the back, but it's still early on.
It is still early on. He's doing a good job
to recover.
He's having a great time. He's fixing the collar, and his back.
He just doesn't look composed. He's laughing a little bit, letting the moment.
He's feeling the pressure, Mr. Schulz, and he's got it. Got to complete the final touches here with John Hallwood.
We are going to send this video to your mother, John.
I think she deserves to see, and he's got it back on.
Wait a second.
Just like that, ladies and gentlemen.
Hold on, John. Now what you have to do is pull the shirt down a little bit more, pull the tie up tighter. Something's not right there, John. There's just too much room. I'm not sure. Oh, you got to pull your shirt down a little bit more, pull the tie up a little bit.
Third down, team 6.
Speaking of an assister, can I come in and give an assist here, John?
An assister. See, I think we need to patent that word, Mr. Schulz. Izani Lewis at the line, the freshman. Mr. Schulz is currently being the assister to John Hallwood. And the free throw is missed by Brown, but Mr. Schulz out here helping John.
Yeah, John, I'm not going to do that for you.
Schulz can't do it all. Can't put the collar down for him.
I can lead John to water, but I can't drink it for him.
Ireland Kay bringing the ball up for the Lady Knights.
You still got to pull your shirt down.
We still have not perfected
this
tie process,
ladies and
gentlemen.
There you are.
Baker to Duffy, and she gets that shot to fall. Really good work. And I think the one thing that we haven't talked about enough, besides John's tie, is how much these girls care for one another. You hear the bench ecstatic. All the starters are cheering for the girls that don't get much minutes every time they succeed or do something well. Take a look here. And this is just good pass from Baker. Really reads the floor well, and good execution there from Shane Duffy to chalk up the 2 points.
Yeah, Duffy put it right up there. And, to what you were talking about, Jacob, the girls who are the starters really appreciate these girls out here because they're important, because they'll run the scout team, give you the looks that you need to prepare for some of the bigger games.
Number 30, Amber Wilsey, comes into the game. I don't know any relation. Is the sister to Tori Wilsey. So she's getting her first varsity minutes. Sorry to interrupt you there, Jake. I just wanted to mention that.
Yep. I just believe that it's good. It's very clear team chemistry. Especially because the girls aren't selfish right now. That they haven't been in the game for long. They're cheering on their teammates. They know how important this is for them to go out and get that varsity experience. Because at one point, other than Mackenzie McDonald and Bridget Dixon, I don't think anybody else on this team started consistently as a freshman at the varsity level.
No.
So they've had to work their way up, just like these girls are trying to work their way up to the varsity level.
I think the only ones that I can remember as the freshman class as the recently moved was the Johnson sisters.
Yeah, they got playing time early on, and back in the day we had some players that played a significant amount of time as freshmen.
And that was also the time when we had LaTanya Berry and also Sire.
John's taking a trip down memory lane.
Yeah. John's a Channel 19, become a Channel 19 and Sterling historian.
And the shot won't fall as Amber Wilsey have to wait for reverse varsity points. And Lindenwold takes the ball down the other end, but it's tipped, and Lindenwold keeps possession.
And it's just great to see some of these freshmen and sophomores able to get their first varsity points of their careers at Sterling. And just memories like these make them want to continue or like go back to when they're older and all and be like, that was a good moment at Sterling High School.
Yeah, they're definitely going to look back on it. Their first points, a lot have come in this game. As there's a steal for Samani Washington. She goes up on Duffy. Was initially tipped, but a foul called on Duffy. Take a look. Gets the steal here. Does a nice job. Real fearless take into the lane there.
Yeah, again, this really Lindenwold team is in a tough situation, but the girls are playing hard, they're playing aggressively, and when you're in this situation with teams losing a lot, the challenge for Coach Shane Flannery over there is, again, just keeping everybody coming out, not having girls quit, because we've seen teams that in different sports that they lose so much they end up getting into a situation where they can't even field a roster and have to cancel games. And you never want to see that happen, but it's good that he's keeping things going from a participation standpoint.
Well, I think too the positive thing, outside of the scoreboard, this team has played with heart all night, and that is something that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. And they're obviously probably not going to get into the win column here, but if you can continue to play with heart.
And our next TV game will be Tuesday, January 18th, as the boys come home to the Castle, where Gloucester is going to play here at the Castle, of course, live on Channel 19. Also will be seen on YouTube. And like I said, Sterling at Lindenwold, the boys basketball team, of course. That game doesn't start around 7:30, so. And I was talking to the assistant coach, Mr. Jason Shivers and all, and he was talking about like how he was going to play. They're hopefully going to be playing a lot more of their backups and their freshmen, their younger players, hopefully during that game. And just like this, as Amber Wilsey scores her first points for Sterling.
And we got it on Channel 19, right? And I'm sure she's excited.
You got her on Channel 19, and you got the bench's reaction. They were electric. You see Tori Wilsey is thrilled for her sister. It really is just good to see these girls care about one another.
Sure.
Well, there's a good basket.
The team chemistry that's getting established here.
I also think it's good that they get that team chemistry because 3 of the 5 starters for this girls team are sophomores. So the freshmen and the other sophomores will be playing with these girls for the rest of their careers, and it's nice to know. Because there's Ayanna Brown, and she gets fouled pretty hard. A good pass there. Sets up the basket there for Amber Wilsey. Ayanna Brown at the free throw line.
Good job. Didn't delay at all, just got it. Put it right up there. Didn't look a bit nervous. Laid it soft off the glass.
Blue is doing a great job as a freshman. So far, has done a really good job in this game, getting a nice assist off of to Amber Wilsey and all, and able to also get a basket too herself. And she's been actually been like that's been a nice little threat to against Lindenwold, of course. She's made a good couple drives towards the basket, made some pretty good shots that just unfortunately haven't gone down.
And you see the basket right there, and you're going to watch Wilsey's reaction here. She just can't stop smiling. And she's doing, her sister is doing phenomenal things out on the court, and she's hoping to almost follow in Tori Wilsey's footsteps.
Yeah. Has a good role model in front of her.
1:17 left to go. The Knights are up 47-3 over Lindenwold.
And that's an encouraging thing when you look at Sky Beeks averaging 8 points a game as a freshman. So you have to think that, again, if all these girls stay with the team in the next couple years, you could get to the point where you're definitely a little more competitive moving forward. And
absolutely, and Sky Beeks has been one of the bright spots for this team all season long. You take a look at the stats, she's got 53 points all year coming into this game, 28 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, 3 blocks. She's been a bright spot, especially as a freshman. She's only going to get better, Mr. Schulz and John. She's only going to get better as a freshman on the varsity level. You're going to develop a lot. You might develop a lot slower because you're facing better competition. But at the end of the day, in practice and in the games, you might not see the results that you want. But in years to come, you'll definitely find that work at the varsity level made you a lot better than some of your peers who were on JV.
And her average is going to get higher every year.
Oh, absolutely.
And honestly, she's going to be a interesting player to keep an eye on.
And we will have a post-game show to follow.
As you're taking a look at Chirillo, also played some varsity soccer minutes for the girls' soccer team. And that's going to be on Zayna Lewis. That's going to be her first foul, team's 5th.
Number 15, Lewis, first foul, team's 5th.
And we talked about having a boys game. The girls will play Gloucester, I guess, at the same time. Gloucester's usually a solid team. That'll be a challenging game for these girls to see if they can get above 500.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Gloucester's also in the Colonial Conference. And
yes.
Those in-conference matchups mean a lot, especially when it comes to, getting the conference titles. There's Ayanna Brown with the basket.
Now, is that Ayanna Brown's?
That was Ayanna Brown.
She's gotten some minutes, but I don't know if she had scored earlier in this game or not.
Okay.
So up to this game, she had not scored. Almost scores again, and there is Lewis.
Is that Lewis? Okay.
And that'll do it as the Knights take this one by a large margin, 51-8 the final score. We'll have a post-game show. We'll be right back right after this break.
Then you should adjust your seat or mess with the radio before driving. Buckle your seatbelt. Also, remember to turn your lights on to avoid hitting deer or ignorant pedestrians. Ignore the phone. It can wait. Keep in mind that you're not the only one on the road. Remember, you should always be aware of animals.
people are oblivious to the facts and supportive of the fiction. What should you believe? Believe the facts. COVID-19 is a real problem, and here's how you can do your part. Social distancing works. 6 feet apart from everyone. Proper mask placement prevents the virus from getting in and out, and lets you breathe normally. And if you're not near a sink, you can use hand sanitizer to kill the virus before it can keep spreading. But whenever you can, wash your hands. Soap, water, happy birthday. You know the drill. Let's help each other get through this. Stay safe, stay healthy, and go to cdc.gov for more information.
I'm going to teach you how to use and wear a mask properly. This mask acts as a barrier to prevent spread of a virus. This virus is called COVID-19. Here's the do's and don'ts. Wash your hands before putting it on. Inspect the mask. Do not use if it's damaged or dirty. Simply place the strands around your ears. Make sure chin, nose, and mouth is covered. Avoid touching your mask while wearing. Remove the mask, hold it by the straps, and hold it away from your face. When done using mask, don't forget to wash your hands after. Follow me. Don't forget to use soap. Do not share mask with others. Stay 6 feet apart. Most importantly, stay safe.
And welcome back to Sterling Channel 19. I'm here with Maddie Klein. Maddie, good win for the girls tonight. How did it feel? You've been coming off the bench a lot for this year. How did it feel to be out there for most of the game?
It felt good.
to be able to help my team and like lead the floor. But it felt good to come off the bench and be able to put points on the board and be able to score and everything like that.
And to completely dominate an opponent like Lindenwold, how does that feel for you guys as a team in the locker room?
It felt good. The energy was definitely up, and it was a big team effort to get that win. So the energy was there, and we felt really proud of the win.
Well, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Schulz as we look at some of the highlights here.
And what I was going to ask you, and this is okay, we see you right here with the layup. You look comfortable and composed coming into a game, and I know I'm going to loop back to the last game we had you on Channel 19 when Bridget got into foul trouble. Mm-hmm. You came in and didn't miss a beat, and you haven't seen a whole lot of time this year. Did you just feel comfortable coming into the game? Were you nervous at all in that game? Because it was fairly close at that point.
I definitely felt comfortable. When I step on the floor, I just like step in and I just play basketball. Like I don't worry about anything else. I worry about playing the sport, playing the game, and focusing on that. And if I score, that's great. But I want to like be there for my team and make sure like I stay composed.
And you talk about being there for your team, and the general feeling on your team right now has to be pretty good. Have played good in the last couple games. Talk about, even though this was an easier game, what it feels like from a team standpoint to be at the 500 mark at 5-5.
It feels good. At a team standpoint, we feel good. It was the energy, like we've been together, like sticking together, and it felt good to be like here and to have that energy. And like as a team standpoint, it was good.
Yeah, and you got to feel good seeing the team play the right way in the last couple games. Just a couple things. First off, what are your plans for the future?
For college?
College.
I'm going to go to Stevenson and play lacrosse.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So we'll see you in the spring also. Okay. So this will not be, there's no way, it won't be your last Channel 19 interview.
No, it won't.
That's good. That's awesome. And what position do you play in lacrosse?
Defense.
Defense,
yep.
Okay. Very good. How long have you been playing lacrosse?
8 years, maybe.
Okay.
A little longer. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Well, Maddie, thanks for coming on with us.
Thanks for having me.
Great job out there, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. And I don't know if we're going to close it out, or want me to send it to you, John, or does he want us to close it out? I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. Or Kate, you want to come in, Kate? Here we go. Jacob will interview you.
All right. We'll see you in a few.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job.
Coach McDonald.
I got to compliment the Channel 19 crew on their attire.
We appreciate it.
You guys look great. Did we get to see John Hallwood in his shirt and tie?
We got to see John Hallwood take his tie off on the air. It was actually quite entertaining.
You guys are spiffy.
But back to the game, we saw you guys dominate over Lindenwold, and I think, how does it feel to get a lot of those girls that don't get a lot of varsity minutes into the game to get that varsity experience?
It was cool. That was the whole goal, and I put that on the starting five, and and Maddie, like, you guys have to come in and take care of business. You owe it to the rest of your team to come out and play hard so that they get the minutes that they deserve.
And this team, we were talking about it throughout the game, is very sophomore heavy.
Yeah.
A lot of 2024s. How does that speak to the youngness of this team, so to speak?
I think, definitely the future is bright. We're obviously focused on winning this year and everything like that. But, it's nice. We start 3 sophomores, with the exception of Maddie coming off the bench as a senior. Pretty much everyone else is sophomores. So it's nice to allow those girls to develop, figure things out this year, have a good season, and, continue to build for the future for sure.
But back to this season, you guys are at the 500 mark. Talk about what it feels like to sort of bounce back after a rough start.
Yeah, we hit a 3-game skid, and I think that's a part of the growing process. My seniors, Maddie's a hockey player, Raina's a softball player, Tori's a lacrosse player, and most of my sophomores are soccer players. So to go on that losing streak early, to get that out, to try to figure out how to win, now to be 500 and have 2 winnable games next week, I think the ship has been righted. I don't think the ship was ever sinking. I think we just were struggling a little bit.
Well, thank you for coming on with us. Good win.
Yeah.
And good luck the rest of the way.
You too. Thanks for having us. Thanks, guys. Ooh, spiffy. Look at you guys. Now, was this like a group thing? We all decided, or like?
So, John came with the outfit on and didn't really tell any of us. So I said,
wait a minute. We forgot the beautiful young lady in the heels and everything. Look at us. Guys, like, oh, girl, you are rocking that dress. I love it. You're welcome. All right, cool.
Well, thank you for joining us, and believe that's it. On behalf of all of the Sterling Channel 19 tech crew we got here, I'm Jacob Clark. Thank you to Mr. Schulz, Mr. Strauss, and John Hallwood. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.